the farmers of Taraba State has decided to say we obtain loan from Rifan and we must pay back the loan. Everything you see here is a loan repayment from the farmers.
Is to buy the rice directly from the Rifan. The issue of the price has been concluded.
You can see I'm handing over the documentation of our MOU for the takeoff, and then also handing over the pyramid of Badi.
Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria, Rifan, is an association established with a mission of promoting and protecting the interests of rice farmers, millers and marketers across the country. As of 2019, Rifan has over 12.2 million members who are involved in all aspects of rice production value chain. Rifan is recognized by the federal, state and local governments due to its contribution to the national production of the commodity. The association works closely with the Central Bank of Nigeria, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, as well as local and foreign non-governmental research institutions. Rifan works towards ensuring that Nigerian rice production meets its local demand, which is placed at about 5.5 million tons annually. This is why the association remains a key driver of the federal government and central bank programs on rice self-sufficiency, codenamed Uncle Buruwas. Under the Rifan Uncle Buruwas program, farming inputs and implements are given to farmers on credit to pay back with their produce after harvest. The beneficiaries of the program have so far commenced loan repayments across the country. The 2018-2019 wet and dry seasons loan repayment and recovery exercise was flagged off in Jalingo, Taraba State. President, Rice Farmers Association, Aminu Mohammed Goronyo, led the other executive members of the association to Jalingo for the ceremony. Aminu Goronyo is optimistic that Nigeria will soon be having commodity pyramids as it was in the 60s and 70s. This time around, he says it will be rice pyramids.
I would want to use this opportunity also to invite the Taraba people to come and see this pyramid. It's something that has never happened in the history of this country, to see a pyramid of rice. But you can see it in Taraba State today. This clearly shows that Taraba State is the home of rice, and Taraba State alone can feed the whole of Nigeria if we put hands together. We also most sincerely thank the farmers who obtained this loan, who considered this loan to be a loan, not a grant, not a gift, as people have been saying. We can see today the farmers of Taraba State have decided to say we obtain loan from Rifan and we must pay back the loan. Everything you see here is a loan repayment from the farmers. We thank you, farmers of Taraba State.
More than 50,000 bags of rice have been redeemed by 15,000 farmers from 15 local government areas of Taraba State. Chairman of the association, Taraba State Chapter, Tanko Andimi, says the deal ensured the provision of farm inputs worth over 200,000 naira each to the beneficiaries. He stated that the loan was secured from Unity Bank and guaranteed by the CBN under its Anko Borrower scheme.
We have about 32 to 35,000 bags of paddy rice in our tertiary aggregation and 100 more in our secondary aggregation, both as mandatory equity contributions and recovery from our existing beneficiaries in Wukari, Gasol, Karin Lamido, and other local government areas in the state. We are very optimistic that Nigeria as a country will never achieve national security without food security. Mr. President may wish to note that about 60 to 70% of rice paddy supplies to other states in the country come from Taraba State. Yet our contribution to national economy and food security are unnoticed. Taraba is participating in different activities lately. Yet the rice pyramid, before you speak very clearly that Rifan Taraba will lead the entire country in rice production. The laudable achievements are accompanied by numerous challenges as follows. One, Mr. President, we lack tractors for our farmers. Taraba rice farmers need tractors. We lack irrigation facilities. We depend on the natural facilities given to us by God. So we advocate that the CB and the Rifan headquarters should look into this critical issue. Less supplies of input is another thing that is militating against our advancement. So we implore the national headquarters and the CBN to hasten up the process of giving input to rice farmers on time. Lack of warehouse and permanent aggregation centers is another problem that is facing the Rifan Taraba. Then lack of well-established rice mill to harness all the value chain in the rice production. Mr. President, we are sure if rice mill is established in Taraba State, the number of youth that are moving on the streets, some of them turn to be kidnappers hiding under the creeks, will be a story of the past.
Taraba State stand the first. I can claim because I'm a Tarabian. If you give us all the enabling environment, we can feed Nigeria and even export our rice. Because out of the 16 local governments we have in Taraba, 15 local governments are all predominantly rice producing area, apart from Mandela Plateau. So if we have all the enabling environment, by the financing backing, the tractor, implement and so on, and put the seed to produce the rice, we can feed the whole nation with rice.
Potential of Taraba when it comes to rice production, you can see what we put in here. You will know that yes, Taraba State, we have huge of potential, which we appreciate the federal government and we appreciate the CBN, we appreciate the Rifan.
This is part of the success story of what we have been going through. I will call on the Rifan leadership, though we have been discussing that with them at our various PMT meetings, on the need to label the bags of the paddy of rice. We are not saying, but some farmers can be funny. And the process of submitting their paddy, they include impurities. So if the bags are properly labeled, at least it can be traced to the owner of who had the paddy and maybe for him to supply a refund. On the part of the Rifan, I would like to call on the national president of Rifan and his ESCO to see how they will strengthen the Rifan's Taraba State chapter, especially in terms of funding. This activity requires a lot of funding, and they cannot take the money from the levies paid by the farmers, but the national should see a way of trying to strengthen them. For our farmers, this is a loan which must be repaid, because on the process of giving you the loan, we have taken your BVNs, and this BVN is registered on the NIPS and the National Collateral Registry. So in case you default, your BVN will be flagged up and you are encumbered. So your BVN will only be released when you have fully discharged your obligation. So I please call on our farmers to put in more effort and repay this loan, because it's something like a revolving fund. You take, you repay, somebody will have the opportunity to take. But if you take and you default, then you have denied others the chance of benefiting from the ABP.
There is an agreement between Rifan and a Kano-based firm, Umza Rice, to offtake the rice produced in Taraba State.
Umza Rice International Farms Industry, they are the buyers of the rice produced in Taraba State by our farmers. So he asked me to tell this gathering that he is to buy the rice directly from the Rifan. The issue of the price has been concluded. He said he will buy these products the way our local farmers are selling in their markets. Secondly, my chairman asked me to assure the people of Taraba State that they are ready to buy all the rice produced from this state, either for the wet season or dry season. Most interesting message he sent me to tell the people of Taraba is that Taraba State is the first among the 36 states of this federation in terms of rice production.
This pyramid, containing more than 50,000 bags of rice, has been handed over to Umza firms under the agreement.
You can see I'm handing over the documentation of our MOU for the takeoff, and then also handing over the pyramid of paddy to him on behalf of Umza Rice in Nigeria. Thank you for coming. You can see yourself. Everything you see here on this pyramid of rice is a loan repayment by our farmers that cultivated rice. They are able to cultivate and they cultivate more, and they are able to come and pay. All this is as a result of border closure. Before the border closure, we have been battling, struggling with our farmers to venture into this business. They refused. But today, because the border closure has made so many good things to Nigeria, everybody, men and women, young and old, students, business tycoons, everybody, civil servant has ventured into agriculture, particularly rice production. So to me, and to any sensible Nigerian, border closure is a blessing to Nigeria and Nigerians, and we pray and hope that President Muhammadu Buhari will continue to close this border just as China and India did.
In spite of the Taraba State's potential in rice production, the state has no single integrated mill, and that attracted the attention of Alhaji Rabiu Ishaka Rabiu.
This brings to fruition the vision of Mr. President under the guidance of the Central Bank of Nigeria through this strategic partnership with Rifan. I encourage farmers to take advantage of this opportunity to bring about not only security of food but security of life and also prosperity for the people of Taraba State and Nigeria as a whole. I'm sure this will go a long way in helping us as a nation. This is going on everywhere in Nigeria, but being from Kano State, I wouldn't say I am envious of Taraba State, but I'm sure you will see better things when you come to Kano State. I'll also seize this opportunity to say, as a private investor, we will come to Taraba State and establish a modern, large-scale rice mill. And I congratulate Rifan on this flag off of the paddy sale that have been produced by the farmers of Taraba State under this strategic partnership between CBN and Rifan.
I would also like to appreciate the chairman, our able chairman, for organizing this and for recovering a huge, I think it's the first of its kind in this country. I would also like to thank our able president for doing all these efforts in seeing that rice production has come to stay, and also to appreciate and to call upon all our farmers to emulate Taraba State, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, they are among the highest farmers that we record recovery for now, for this season.
CBN Anko Borrowers Program has been adjudged by agriculturalists as the best program towards boosting food security in the country. The president, Aminu Goronyo, attributed the success to the support the association is getting from the federal government and the central bank.
We thank you, President Muhammadu Buhari, for your courage, for your determination, and for your focus to diversify this economy of this country from oil, as I say, to agriculture. I can see in my sector, which is rice, today, and not only the conventional farmers, the civil servant today, the business tycoon, women, youth, old and young, they all ventured into rice production through the vision and commitment of Mr. President. We thank you, President Muhammadu Buhari, and we pray that God will continue to give you long life and also good health. The second person is the central bank governor, who is highly committed to see that President Muhammadu Buhari's agenda on sufficiency in food as a whole, not only rice, is achieved. Because today, when we started in 2015, it was just one commodity, one state, which is rice. But today, as I'm talking to you, about 30 commodities are in central bank, being funded by central bank through the commitment and the effort of the governor of central bank. I think he deserves commendation. He deserves credit. The governor is somebody whom I think is a person that you can't even define. He picks his phone almost every morning. Call the association to find out how far are you doing. Call the ordinary farmer in his farm. In fact, going to farmers in their farm shoulder to shoulder from time to time to see what they are doing. I think that governor deserves more clapping, please. We thank you, Mr. Emefele. We thank you for your understanding. We thank you for your commitment. And we thank you for being resolute on achieving or supporting Mr. President to achieve self-sufficiency, particularly in rice. I also use this medium to thank the Unity Bank that decided to be committed to stay around our farmers, to participate as PFI. In fact, when we started, there were so many banks. But today, I think virtually all the banks have run away. It's only Unity Bank that is around the farmers. So we thank you, Unity Bank, for your commitment.